It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cincinnati Bengals. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Banked by the Ohio River and the city's abundance of hills, we're at Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Glad you could join us, everyone. Alongside Brock Hewitt up in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And this contest isn't quite the level matchup that typical good games are born from, partner. One side clearly favored over the other.
Yeah, well, you know where this comes from? A trap game. That's where this comes from.
Yeah.
In any sport, from the NFL to basketball to soccer, playing at home, we know this can be the great equalizer that gives the steepest underdogs a fighting chance, and you can feel it in the building today.
I was going to say, you can already hear this home crowd rallying in support of that upset. Jake Elliott is out, ready to kick this one away. And we're off and running at Paycor Stadium. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. This return makes it up to the 25. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
When Joe Burrow's between the white lines, he's one of the game's best and most entertaining quarterbacks. He just has a cool factor that is the envy of so many. Nothing seems to bother them other than some injuries that unfortunately have ended seasons early. When he's on the field, timing, the anticipation, Kate, the precision with which he plays, he has very few peers.
Right to the air, Burrow. Finds him over the middle. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. On the ground, Brown. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Burrow setting up the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's on the move. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. They're going play action. Throw left side, complete. He's contained at the line for no gain. Cooper DeJean with the stop.
You know, Kate, it's almost as if the defense invited him to make that throw. That was a play they knew they could defend, and they stopped it right at the line.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Into traffic, complete. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
They have another 1st and 10 on this opening drive, this one from the opposing 40. Right side cut by Higgins. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. Second and 3 now. Going with Brown on the ground. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Third down, 1 yard to go. A give now to Brown. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Offense sure is marching to begin this game. Here's a first down from the 30. On the handoff, this is Brown. And he has enough room to gain about 4. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Second and 6 coming up here. Burrow from the gun. This finds all, complete. And he'll go down here at the 16. All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. We're all set to bring you the second quarter. The Bengals well within striking distance. Now it's Brown. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They send the tight end in motion. Burrow out of the shotgun. This throw is caught. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
3rd and just 2 to go. Now Burrow. Flushed out of the pocket. And he will score. It's a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals get the game's first points here in the second. Joe Burrow with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Extra point added on by McPherson. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. On the return, Britton Covey. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Well, we've had to wait until the second quarter to finally see him and his offense out there. And we're going to see what they have in them here, Kate, in a hurry. Down a touchdown. With how long they've been sitting over there, I know the feeling. You're chomping at the bit. You're likely going to be pretty aggressive with the football.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Hurts comes out throwing. He's got Devontae Smith. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Escapes the... Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Extra DB out there for the Bengals. 3rd down coming. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. That pass caught by Dotson. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And he gets forward for 3 yards as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Burrow back to throw. Completed over the middle. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Burrow. Into the hands of Gesicki, complete. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
To throw again, it's Burrow. On the move, headed right. Now he takes it, and he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Burrow. Forced out to his right. Taken off with it again. Cincinnati uses its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Catch made by Chase Brown. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Evan McPherson on for the Bengals field goal. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Butker knocks it through. It sails right through. A beautifully placed football.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Here comes the final play of our first half. Throwing it just before halftime. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. We've hit halftime here in Cincinnati. The Bengals carrying a lead into the locker room. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a strong first half out of the quarterback, Joe Burrow. He's got the lone touchdown of the game on a touchdown run. We'll see if he can get it going through the air as this one goes on.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And this drive will start inside the 25. So to begin the 3rd quarter, the Eagles offense returning to the field. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the pistol, Hurts. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. This finds Smith. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning-quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. They're going to run with Barkley. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Throwing here, Hurts. Down he goes, the Bengals got to him. And that sack gonna cost them some yardage.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're gonna bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, third and goal. Hurts to throw. He's on the move. And they get to him again. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
That is a wow. Maybe that's a double wow for me. 2 sacks in the previous 3 snaps. I can really criticize quarterbacks, and too often I do, to get rid of the football, but that is about a defensive effort. Knowing what's on the line when you get into situations in the red zone, Kate, can't do it much better than that.
So on fourth down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. The kick by Hopkins is good. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting from the 5. Cincinnati just about set for its next offensive possession. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Burrow to the air now. Finds him over the middle. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Now a give. It's Brown headed right. Has a lane past the 45. And he works this down to the 41. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
That is textbook RPO right there, Kate. Quarterback's decision-making comes quick off the snap. And that back, you know that he's already looking for those lanes before the ball's even in his belly. Before that defense can adjust to the run, he hits that second level. Going
to the ground again on first. Again, he hits the second level. And he's finally stopped right at the start of that red zone, down at the 20. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
And he's able to get this down to the 13. So we hit the end of the third quarter. The Bengals with it. They've got the lead, but this game is close. Second and 3 now. That's Gesicki. He's got it. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds. A nice gain of 8 there, and that brings them to first and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's first and goal. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
So from the 3, here's second and goal. One of the tight ends motioning left. Here's Burrow. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up third down. Brown on the inside give. Launches, and he's got it. Touchdown! The Bengals go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to fourth and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on third and goal.
That one right down the middle. And the Bengals double their lead to 14. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. And as much as we thought we'd be watching highlights here, talking about this passing game, Brock, it's been the guys on the other side of the ball who've come in and stolen that spotlight.
Yeah, and in an offensive-driven league, and one that's sometimes even legislated that way, it's nice and refreshing to see a defense put together an effort like this.
Amen.
Be the ones everybody's talking about for how well they played on their side of the ball.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Hurts. That pass complete to Goddard. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Offense up to the line fast. From the 29. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He fires one deep down the middle. And he's there to send that one away incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. On 4th down, Hurts. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. Got a man. It's Gesicki. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead. A run with Brown. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Bengals nearing a win here with a 14-point lead. Trying again from the 2. It's 2nd and goal. Brown. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Bengals make it a 3-score game in the 4th. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
McPherson at the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals stretch their lead to 21. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Covey now to return this. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Eagles about set to go on offense. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Trying to push it deep downfield. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down. Was Devontae Smith the intended receiver? And now they face second down.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
Second down, Hurts throwing again. He's got Smith. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. It's a dime look defensively from the Bengals. Third down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play, but then go to work after it.
They've got to keep moving quick here. First and 10. Here's Hurts. Able to get it to Barkley. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. Still one more in their pocket to use. First down, ball at the 36. Hurts throwing again. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals get it back with a nice return to boot down inside the 30.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Out comes the offense for the Bengals. And this one just a formality till the clock runs out. Only one timeout remaining to stop it. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
Lining up to take a knee on second down. With a win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out. So in the jungle, the Bengals take the win. And boy, even at home, hardly anyone gave them a chance coming into this one, Brock, but it's hard to ever really count a team out playing in their own building, no matter what the odds are.
Yeah, I think for two reasons here, Kate. Number one, you know who you're playing against, right? You know that you're the underdog, and you're going to give that just favorite everything you got. And then when you get the home cooking and you create that sense of belief in the building, well, good things happen, and they certainly did today.
So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Bengals emerge as winners as we say so long from Cincinnati.